Good day. Welcome to Say Young Busy Made It Easy. And today we are going to have a mathematics lesson on rounding off, up, down, whole numbers. But today our main focus is going to be on rounding up numbers. Somebody will ask, rounding up numbers, what do we need it for? Day in and day out, we round up numbers. We round down numbers. Now, in rounding up numbers, we normally use rounding up numbers in making high estimates. Why or how am I saying that? Or why am I saying that? Now, high estimate, let's say something used to cost 4 cedis, 30 pesos last year or last month. And we know how inflation is sometimes. If you are planning to buy the same thing, I'm sure you are going to estimate it up, or you are going to round it up to get an estimated price. Let's say 5 Ghana cedis. So you have round up this amount from 4 cedis, 30 pesos to 5 cedis. So it is very, very important we know how to round up the given number. We all know, we have knowledge about the place value. Assuming we have a number like 8468894. Now, in place value, the knowledge we have in place value, in pronouncing these numbers, you can pronounce 84,688,945. Good. Now, in the place value, we know from our right to left, the first number here is ones. The second number is tens. The third number is 100. Fourth number here is 1,000. This one gives us 10,000. This one giving us 100,000. This one giving us million. And this giving us 10 million. With the knowledge of place value, we remember this. Now, you should note that in rounding up numbers, to whether rounding up or rounding down, there are rules governing it. And the simple trick is you have to know that some numbers are roundable, and these numbers are numbers from 5 to 9. I mean numbers from 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We don't include 10 because when you write 10, it is 1 and 0. Yes. And numbers from 0 to 4 are not roundable numbers. Why am I saying they are not roundable numbers? Now, when you are rounding up a number and the number you are ending on, or the most important number you are looking for, is either 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you add 1 to the number in front of it. But if it is ending with 0, the number has already been round already, so we don't do anything when the number is ending with 0. Now, let's say we have ones from 1 to 9. We call it ones. Okay, so the numbers are 1. That's why in BEC radio sometimes you say 7 ones or 6 ones. Now, let's look at it. Now, to write 10, the simplest one using 1, to write 10, we can have 1 and 0. Now, to write 100, 2 zeros. To write 1,000, 3 zeros. To write 10,000, 4 zeros. 100,000, then 1 million. So as we have seen the number of zeros, this means that to round a number to a given 10, 100, or 1,000, there should be a number of zeros expected at the end of the number. So we should understand that to round a number to the nearest 10, we expect 1 zero to end the number. The nearest 100, we expect 2 zeros. Nearest 1,000, 3 zeros, and so on and so forth. So now, let's have an example of a number like this. 326,487,000. Then we have 668. We are going to round this same number to the nearest 10. We are going to round it up to the nearest 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, million. Now, tens, as we've learned earlier, that when a number you are rounding it up to the nearest 10, it should end with 10. So now, what's the last digit here? 8. 8 is the last digit. Now, is the 8 a roundable number? The answer is yes. 8 is a roundable number. So what do we do to the number before it? We add 1. So what do I mean by that? So this 8 will change to 0. And we add 1 here, making it 7, 6. Then you repeat the numbers: 7, 8, 4, then 6, 2, 3. Nearest tens, 1 0. 100, how many zeros? 2 zeros. So now this is the first digit, second digit. So we are ending on this digit. So this first 8 will be 0. The second number here will, if you change it to 0, now is the 6 also a roundable number? The answer is yes. So you add 1 to the number before it here, making it 7. Then you repeat the rest of the numbers: 7, 8, 4, 6, 2, and 3. Now, nearest 1,000, how many zeros? 3. So 1, 2, 3. 3 numbers, you change it to 0. But the number we are ending on here now is 6. Is 6 also a roundable number? Yes. So we are going to add 1 here, making here 8, by changing all this 1 to 0. So 1, 2, 3, then bring your comma. We have 3 zeros here. So you add 1 here, making here 8. Here 2 will be 8. Then we have our 4. Then we have our 6, 2, and 3. That is it. Now we are going to continue. Nearest 10,000. Nearest 10,000. How many zeros are we expecting to end the number? You ask yourself. So if nearest tens is 1, 100 is 2 zeros, 1,000 is 3 zeros, then 10,000 is going to be 4 zeros. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. Meaning we are going to end on this 7. We are going to end on this 7. So by changing all these things to 0. So we have 0, 0, 0. You bring your comma, 0. Now, we are on this number. Is a 7 a roundable number? Yes. We add 1 here, making it 9. So, we get 9. Then here is going to be 4. Then you repeat the rest of the numbers. Then we have 6, 2, and 3. Now, nearest 100,000. So, how many zeros are we expecting? This is 4. So, it's going to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, here we are going to end on this 8. By the 8 we are ending on, is it a roundable number? Yes, it's also a roundable number. So, you add 1 to the 4 here. So, here will be 5. So, changing all this 1 to 0. So, the 8 will be 0. The 6 will be 0. This 1, 2 will be 0. You bring your comma. This one will be 0. This will be 0. Then you add the 1 here, making here 5. Then here will be 6. Then here will be 6, 2, and 3. Now, nearest million. Million has 6 zeros, as we all know. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. We are ending now on the 4. Is the 4 a roundable number? No, because we've learned that from 0 to 4 are not roundable, but 5 to 9 are roundable. So when you change all this to 0, are you going to add 1 to the 6 or not? The answer is no, because the 4 here is not a roundable number. So in changing all these ones to 0, you're going to have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then here, it's also going to be 0. But here, we are not going to add 1 here because the 4 is not a roundable number. Then you write your 6, then write your 2, you write your 3. So this is how we run numbers to the nearest tens up to the nearest million. Now we can have a tricky questions sometimes. Let's say we have a number like 8, 9, 9, 999. This one, we're just going to run it to your nearest tens, 100 and 1000 to see something. Now, these numbers are ending with 9999, 89,999. Now, how do you run this number to your nearest tens? Now, nearest tens, how many zeros do we need? We need 1 0. So this one will change to 0. Now, when you change this one to 0, we are supposed to add 1 here. Now, when you add 1 here is going to be 10. We don't write all the 10. When we are writing numbers, we only write the 2 digits when we have gotten to the last number. So when you add 1 here will be 10. So you don't write all the 10. You are going to write 0. Then you carry the 1 forward again to this 9. This one too is 9. When you add, it's going to be 10. So you bring another 0, then bring your comma. That one will be carried here again to make here 10. Then you add it to this 8, making it now 9. Because it is having 9999. So when you carry the 1 forward, when you get a number like 9 and you are working with it, when you add it and you are getting 10, you write 0, then you carry the 1 forward to the last digit. So let's come to the nearest 100. How many zeros do we need? Now we need 2 zeros here. So this one will be 0. This one will be 0. We are ending here. Do we add 1 here? Yes, because it's a roundable number. Now this one to add 1 here. Here will be 0. The 1, what do? We have to carry it forward to here again. You add 1 here, you get 10. 0. So you add here, you get 10 again. So we've gotten the same answer. It is possible because the one we carry forward, we are adding it to 9, so it's 10. So we carry the 1 forward. Alright, so the nearest 1000. Now what do we do here? So how many zeros do we need? So this one was supposed to be 1 0, 2 zeros. But because it was 99, that's why we've gotten something like this. So this one we need 3 zeros. So this one, nearest 1000, 1 2 3. You're supposed to end here. So 0 0 0, you bring your comma. So you bring the 1 here again, making here 10. Then you write to 0, then you bring it here, making here 9. So we've gotten same answers. It is correct because the numbers are having 9s inside. So this brings us to the end of today's lesson. There will be a part 2 of this lesson talking about how to round down numbers. Continue subscribing to this channel for more educative lessons. Until we meet again, say bye bye for now.